Despite the fact that many people advocate the good side of the profession of data scientist or data analyst, there are plenty of other parts of this profession that many do not tell you and that you need to know before you start this profession. It's very important to know all the aspects, in fact, before even starting a career in data science because it can help you make better decisions. In this video, I'll present to you a lot of pros and cons of working in the data field. So let's start with the fact that the job isn't really new. It is a profession that has existed since 2000. It is just statistic that we finally rebranded in something more appealing. People take it as such a new thing, but years ago people were already doing data science with BI tool or with statistic and stuff like that. So it is an old job that we rebranded to give it a more sexier look in 2021. So at the end, it's basically the same thing. As a data analyst, for example, you're basically doing statistics. The software you're using implements most of the hard part, but you still need to master the basics in order to understand what you're doing, or just to choose the best method related to the problem you're trying to solve. So keep in mind that data are always related to statistics or mathematics somehow. Secondly, the biggest part of this job is not to take the data already clean and ready to be used. Solving Kaggle problem has almost nothing to do with your future day-to-day job. In data science, the hardest part is usually the data collection and cleaning that you must do before starting the analysis. Any machine learning model or business analyst does need data, and no one will give you this data in most companies. And let me make it more clear, this data can be real garbage that you have to collect, clean, aggregate yourself. It can be on papers, Excel sheet, on some content management system like WordPress or Drupal or whatever, online survey, or really whole CRM, custom made enterprise resource planning, and SQL databases. And you have to be able to retrieve the data, understand the correlation between them, and clean and format them before starting your analytic or even thinking about the model. And unfortunately, this process takes a huge amount of time. Data collection is almost 80% of data science jobs, so honestly, if data science were just writing some notebook and tweaking some parameter to get better accuracy, aka the Kaggle way, it would have been automated since then. Because this part is so simple. So what I want you to keep in mind here is that you need to know most of the technology related to data, like how to clean data, how to collect data from the database, for example, how to export some data somewhere, and you have to do a lot of manual work with cleaning the data. It's not just using Panda or NumPy to delete some rows or some columns. You'll have to digitalize some data and stuff like that, and it's a really painful process that you have to know also. The other part of this incredible job is that you will not be a nerd guy, be at your computer all days. Instead, you will have to talk a lot, present your result to the management, and speak with different departments either to understand the problem you're trying to solve, to get data, or just to communicate the result of your analysis. It is a job that requires you to be in a lot of meetings, because in fact what you're actually doing is analyzing the data to give directions to the management or marketing or whoever so that they can make better decisions. And for that, you'll have to present what you're doing, explain how what you did could be implemented and why it's even useful. That's the reason why I think data scientists do portfolio the wrong way. Instead of focusing on code or GitHub or whatever, it is more important to show and explain the finding, the result, the process of your work. For example, if you're doing a machine learning model, instead of saying, I know how to plot a line, show instead that this model could predict something that can increase a business investment, for example. Because it is what business are looking for, your ability to help them make better decisions. I think I'll do a separate video about data scientist portfolios. So presentation and meeting will be a big part of your work. Another problem with data science job is that people who begin in the field with some bootcamp certificates and or even a bachelor or master degree don't realize that it will take a lot of time to find a stable job. What we keep hearing recently is that it's a new job, pay well, but you may need a good portfolio, experience, or even a PhD with some publications in order to get a job. Because people think it's like web development that you could learn in 3 weeks, write a CV, and get hired in 1 month. It may be a bit more challenging for you. Anyway, let's assume you don't need a solid background. As a machine learning engineer, for example, you will face the sad truth. It is that almost no one knows what it's doing in this domain. A lot of processes and techniques are new and keep changing every time, and you have to be up to date with all that by maybe reading some research paper or recent publications. For example, recently I was trying to build an inference model on the draft database. After some research, I scheduled a meeting with some professors, university professors, and they told me that the domain is pretty new and they can't give me solid advice. I just have to try many things and see. I was a bit surprised, but that is how things go there. You may find out that maybe draft neural networks are not mature and you will have to read research papers to find the latest process to solve a problem. I think I have introduced too many difficulties with the domain. We still have some good part though. For example, as data science is a new area, you will still have a lot of opportunities to innovate in the domain, and maybe future jobs will be created in the upcoming years. So it is an exciting domain to be part of. I can also highlight the fact of being near the management gives you huge power in the company. You can have a noticeable impact on the business because you're kind of supporting the decision they are making and giving some direction to the company. And also in some area, not everywhere though, the salary are really appealing. It may be a good motivation to start in the domain. That's basically what I wanted to present today. Just wanted to share something you may want to know before starting in the field. I hope the video was helpful for you. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'm doing a series of videos about how to go from simple data analytics to big data analytics. I've made almost 3 videos now on the channel. I'll put the link of the playlist in the description. And also, if you have any question, put them in the comment and see you in the next video. Peace.